1260 KDUZ News, I'm Mark Wodarczyk. A Wilmer area family is mourning the loss of a loved one who was killed in action in Afghanistan Friday. The West Central Tribune reports the family of Army Specialist Christopher David Horton received information that he and two fellow soldiers were killed by enemy small arms fire when they were ambushed in Paktia, Afghanistan. The 26-year-old Horton was serving his first deployment in Afghanistan. He's the son of Reverend David and Sherry Horton of Tulsa, Oklahoma, and husband of Jane Horton of Owasso, Oklahoma. He's also the grandson of Roger and Marcy Bonema of Wilmer and Jerry Horton of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Horton was sniper qualified and was a graduate of the Missouri Military Academy. He enlisted in the Oklahoma National Guard in 2008. Shane Bauer and Josh Vital's family say they're overjoyed to hear Iran might soon free the hikers jailed for more than 2 years. An Iranian court has set bail of $500,000 each for Bauer and Vital, who were convicted on spy-related charges. Bauer, a Minnesota native, a U of M specialist on the Middle East, notes that Iran's arrest and promised release of those two Americans is something Tehran has done before. Professor Bill Beeman says Iran often trumps up spy charges to show it's a target of international espionage.
Iran wants to make the point that the United States and other nations, notably Israel, actually have spies in the country. And rather than produce actual spies, they're making these individuals an object lesson to make the point that espionage is taking place.
Beeman says in previous cases like this one, captives are held until they're released for money, and then Iran claims it was for humanitarian reasons. The driver of a Ford Escape evaded police during a high-speed chase in Hutchinson Sunday.
At 12:54 a.m., Hutchinson police spotted a 2008 black Ford Escape turning east onto Highway 7 from School Road at a high rate of speed. During the pursuit, the driver momentarily tapped the brakes and then turned off the car lights and accelerated. The vehicle continued on Highway 7 eastbound before swerving into the westbound lanes and turning south on Main Street. The police pursuit continued through the Wells Fargo Bank parking lot as well as several residential lawns on 4th and 5th Avenues northeast. The officers in pursuit tried to cut off the Escape on 6th Avenue and lost sight of the vehicle at that point. The vehicle was identified as being stolen from Meeker County, and damage to various properties is estimated at $1,000. The investigation continues. I'm Abby Popp.
The Renville County Sheriff's Office has issued a crime alert and is seeking the public's help in locating a suspect that may have been involved in that chase. Arrest warrants have been issued for 37-year-old Matthew James Robleski, whose current address is unknown, for motor vehicle theft and domestic assault, as well as several more recent crimes, including several ATV and auto thefts. The crimes have primarily occurred in rural Renville County, although some have occurred in various cities. Robleski, described as being 6 feet tall, weighing about 220 pounds, with a stocky build, short brown hair, and a full dark beard. Authorities say Robleski could be armed and should be considered dangerous. Renville County Sheriff Scott Habel encourages anyone with information to contact the authorities. The Hutchinson City Council adopted the city's 2012 preliminary tax levy last night. The council approved a maximum levy increase of 3%. That compares with 5% in previous years. While Councilor Eric Yost praised city officials for whittling away at the increase, he says he will not support that as the final levy to be adopted later this year.
I'm really not comfortable with 3%. I will approve it as a preliminary, but I am not going to support a 3% for a final. And I'll state that right up front. There's just too many people that are sitting on the margins in this city, and we need to address that, and so I just want to state that right now.
Finance Director Jeremy Carter says a 3% increase would amount to about $5 annually for the average homeowner based on a $130,000 home. The final levy and budget will be adopted in December. Federal nuclear inspectors are going over the Monticello nuclear power plant in Minnesota. Once again, here's Abby Popp.
Xcel Energy alerted them earlier this month after finding a blockage in part of the fire protection sprinkler system outside of the reactor building. The pipes carry Mississippi River water to the sprinklers in case of a fire in the building. The Nuclear Regulatory Commission says there's no immediate safety concern. I'm Abby Popp.
Maybe Sunday before significant rain falls on Minnesota's drought-stricken northeastern corner. The wildfire danger remains high over most of the Arrowhead region. Mike Stewart is at the National Weather Service in Duluth.
We're looking at moderate to severe drought conditions, especially up across northern Lake County, and a good part of northern Cook County is in the severe drought area, and where the Pagami Creek fire is in the area of severe drought.
Stewart says the drought area could spread west to Couchiching and Lake of the Woods counties. He says about the only good news is that strong winds should diminish starting late tonight. The president was on the road selling his jobs plan. Republicans want him to sit down and negotiate. ABC's Brad Wheelis reports.
Focus on the White House. The president's jobs bill isn't going to be an easy sell, and the president in Ohio played politics too. He quoted an unnamed Republican aide who claimed the legislation should be defeated to deny the president a win.
Give me a win? This isn't about giving me a win. This isn't about giving Democrats or Republicans a win. It's about giving the American people a win. It's about giving Ohio a win.
More from ABC's Ann Compton.
That didn't take long, Brad. This was only his second trip outside of Washington to promote the jobs bill. Expect a sharply partisan turn on all sides over what President Obama had claimed would be bipartisan legislation to stimulate hiring. Brad.
House Speaker Boehner says there is room to negotiate if the president will do that.
I hope he'll listen to our ideas, and I hope that he'll work with us to find common ground, to get our economy moving and to create jobs again.
I'm Brad Wheelis, ABC News.
Minnesota Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann's upcoming book will be titled Core of Conviction. The book is coming out November 21st and is now listed on Amazon.com. The German luxury liner Columbus has sailed into Duluth Harbor for the day. It's been 4 years since the big ship has tied up in the Twin Ports, and she has a full manifest of passengers.
Built for 423 passengers, their cabins are full and they are well cared for by a crew of about 180. The ship itself is 472 feet long and about 70.5 feet wide.
The Duluth Port Authority's Adele Yordi says Columbus's passengers will spend the day exploring Duluth and the surrounding area. Ship weighs anchor tonight and resumes its Toronto-Chicago route. Columbus returns